Hi, I'm John Campea of the Movie Blog, and this is my quick 3-minute review of Superman Returns. 5 years ago, Superman discovered that there were parts of his home planet of Krypton still in existence. He leaves Earth to investigate it and returns 5 years later. Of course, he leaves without telling anybody where he's going, including Lois Lane. That's the scenario. Now, also in modern day, Lex Luthor is out of jail. And why is he out of jail? Well, because at his hearing, Superman was one of the key witnesses, and of course he wasn't around to testify, and thus Lex Luthor is now on the loose again. Now let me just dive right into it here. Superman Returns is a magnificent film. It's not the best action film. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even call Superman Returns an action film. This is just a superb film with action in it. Now, back in the day before the US invaded Iraq, it was very un-American to ever suggest that maybe Iraq doesn't have weapons of mass destruction. Well, the same type of fever is going on right now, where it's almost irreligious to say that Brandon Routh might actually fill the boots of Christopher Reeve. Well, you know what? I'll say it. Brandon Routh is actually a better Superman than Christopher Reeve. Brandon Routh played this role perfectly, both sides. He was a great Clark Kent. He was a fantastic Superman. Kevin Spacey practically stole the movie as Lex Luthor. He was brilliant from top to bottom. Parker Posey, also as Lex Luthor's token floozy, pretty much steals every scene that she's in, and she was magnificent. One of the weaknesses of the film that other people talked about, and I'll agree with, is Kate Bosworth. Now listen, I'm not saying Kate Bosworth does a bad job, but she really was miscast in this film. Everybody knew it before it, and it kind of reinforced it seeing her in this film. It's not her fault, but this wasn't her role. Also on the bad side, the last 10 or 15 minutes of the movie, while having a good point to make, and it ultimately makes that point right at the end, but the last 10-15 minutes just drags and gets a little bit slow and feels a little bit pointless and loses its way. Look, some people will criticize Superman Returns for not having even more action. But I say if what you're going into is just looking for a brainless action flick, then no, Superman Returns is not going to please you. But if you're going in just to watch a magnificent story told in a great way, this is it. Kate Bosworth, bad choice. Last 15 minutes dragged on. Maybe could have used a little more action. But overall, this movie is money. On the scale of 1 to 10, I give Superman Returns an 8 out of 10. On the scale of no-go and Routh, ironically, I'm going to give it a Routh. For the Movie Blog, I'm John Campea.